Cartography. The art of map-making has been practiced longer than man has written history. Those maps charted ancient trade routes and seas, while today the same is true, including routes for recreational travel. During this long history, though, few charts have been created of routes that have been taken away or closed. Such maps wouldn't serve a purpose if the land so categorized could never be visited. A fair assessment, but one the Utah Shared Access Alliance, better known as USA All, is putting to the test as they begin compiling a map that would mark every trail, road, or route that has been restricted to off-highway travel in the state of Utah.
We have started a plan to inventory as many of the closed roads in the state as possible. And the reason that this is important is because it's taken away recreational opportunities from families. Hopefully, once it's complete, we'll be able to identify trails that were closed illegally or that could potentially be reopened.
We have made a request to all those that have supported us to help provide names of trails that have been closed in their areas. We're also making some contacts with Forest Services or other authorities out there that might know of trails that are closed that no one else would.
I'm pleased that the off-road community, frankly, has taken this on as an issue that they believe is important to be done. But it's important to grazers, it's important to oil and gas interests, and the reason for that is that grant for the construction of a highway across public lands otherwise not reserved is not diminished just because you can't see a road on top of that right-of-way. It's still a property grant given.
Those grants under RS 2477 designation, along with other lands used for generations by rural communities, have slowly been siphoned off as lawsuits and special interests have taken their toll on those who would use them for work and recreation. Little by little, like a trickle of rain that soon turns into a flood, one closed trail becomes two, then three, then finally into the thousands. No one really knows how many for sure. USA All and public land advocates are working hard to find out.
It's going to take years. It's not going to be something we get done anytime real fast. It'll literally take years because of the amount of inventory that probably is out there that we aren't even going to get to until we expand our membership and ask the questions to everybody that we can.
This could be huge. Under the National Environmental Policy Act, federal agencies are required to assess the cumulative impacts of any decision. The cumulative impacts don't just apply to the animals on the ground or the vegetation, but they need to apply to the people as well. The State Division of Parks and Recreation has a mandate to develop facilities for the use and enjoyment of off-highway vehicles. If we could find routes that were once open, that were closed for a specific purpose, that could be reopened, that helps us accomplish our mission.
Once compiled, the closed trail inventory could rival, even eclipse, the land currently open to the public. Sportsmen are invited to give information on closed trails everywhere in the state, as each small piece adds to the overall breadth of this access puzzle. Maps are there to show you where to go, but in this case, it's where you can't go that will change the face of public land access in Utah.
My heart goes out to those that are now pushing to close this land off when they get my age or have a health ailment or something, and all of a sudden they realize that there are millions of miles of country that they will never be able to see.
It may turn out that as those documented roads become more obvious, that there's going to need to be some assertion of those rights of way in order to protect the access of the public to the lands that, frankly, they own.
We look at our grandparents, hear the stories they've had, look at the things they've done. We aren't going to be able to give those to our kids or grandkids if we don't stop it.
From the trailheads of the